because I think Floyd at his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter.
Floyd Mayweather, with all the tools that Terence Crawford has, I will pick Terence Crawford to beat a prime Mayweather.
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman broke it down perfectly. Why a matchup between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would be worth every ounce of hype. He praised Crawford as today's best undisputed fighter while acknowledging Floyd's unmatched greatness in his prime. According to Kellerman, Mayweather's defensive mastery made him nearly untouchable in his era, while Crawford's versatility and ring IQ make him dominant now. For him, this fantasy fight symbolizes the clash of two eras: supreme defense versus adaptable offense. A dream battle fans would never forget.
At his best was a better defensive fighter than Crawford. Crawford's a better offensive fighter, but in those kind of matchups, I think defense usually beats the offense.
I don't, because Terence Crawford got more to bring. He got more to bring to the table.
He's a great
Floyd
fighter.
Mayweather got the little shoulder roll, I get it, controls distance, but Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the
Shane hurt
Judah
him.
fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane, but did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you
No.
think he fought him in his prime?
Sean Porter reflected on the endless debates between Crawford and Mayweather, pointing out how comparisons sometimes overshadow each fighter's individual greatness. He admitted that most people automatically lean toward Floyd. After all, his undefeated legacy is cemented forever. But Porter reminded fans that this doesn't mean Crawford should be overlooked. Floyd is the OG, the pioneer who set the bar for dominance. Yet, Crawford has built his own legendary resume, excelling in his own timeline. Different eras, same greatness.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes. He's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in
But
that
the
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer,
that
right?
you can't
Yeah,
out-figure
yeah, you got it.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere.
yeah,
And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
Crawford himself has spoken on the comparisons, and his take is both respectful and powerful. He admitted without hesitation that Floyd Mayweather was the greatest of his era, a fighter who changed the sport with historic dominance. But at the same time, Crawford believes this is his era, and he is the one now setting the standard for greatness. For him, the focus isn't on fantasy matchups, but on recognizing who stands atop each generation. It's this balance of respect and confidence that shows why Crawford is admired not just as a boxer, but as a thinker of the game.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
And while fans love the idea of Crawford versus Mayweather, Crawford himself has shut down that fantasy. He's not chasing Floyd, not trying to build his legacy by calling out a retired legend. His focus is on finishing his career on his own terms. This perspective reflects maturity. Crawford wants his legacy to be defined by what he achieves, not by trying to knock down the greatness of someone who came before.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beating Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
One perspective that carries weight comes from Canelo Alvarez, the only man who's fought both Mayweather and Crawford. When Canelo says Crawford is the better fighter, that opinion hits differently. Still, Crawford remains humble, acknowledging Mayweather as the best of his time, while embracing the mantle of greatness in his own era. It's a passing of the torch, not a rivalry. Respect across generations, with greatness defined not by fantasy fights, but by what each fighter gave to the sport.
You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter in my era.
One thing that I thought was really interesting about the fight, I always love watching you switch stances as effortlessly as you do. You didn't do that a lot in this fight. You didn't have to. Were you expecting not to have to?
No, I felt like I could have, but, you know, why do something when something else is working?
Crawford has doubled down on his respect for Mayweather, calling him a legend and shutting down the need for constant comparisons. For him, Floyd's era is already etched in history, a time of pure dominance. Meanwhile, Crawford is focused on building his own unique legacy without forcing a rivalry. By framing it this way, he honors both men's careers and elevates the sport itself, celebrating greatness in more than one form instead of chasing one definitive answer.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No. No.
No friends in this business for you?
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
Beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Chris Algieri also added his voice to the debate, and his perspective was refreshing. He explained that comparing Crawford and Mayweather is never straightforward. Different opponents, different eras, different circumstances. It all makes the conversation endless. Algieri suggests that instead of obsessing over who is greater, fans should recognize the brilliance of both men. His words remind us that the constant search for one ultimate GOAT often distracts from appreciating the greatness standing right in front of us.
And no, the discussion about, because Canelo was asked this question, who's better, Floyd or Crawford, and he immediately went to Crawford. Now, is that recency bias? Is that him protecting his own performance? Is that a veiled shot at Floyd? Probably all of the above. Is it really true? I don't know. And I think Crawford had a great answer. He goes, well, we're different eras. Floyd was, the best of his era. I'm the best of mine, which is a very diplomatic way to go about it. But listen, comparing the two is going to be an endless barbershop conversation that's going to go back and forth over literally the annals of time. I don't think we're ever going to be able to have a distinct argument where you're going to say, this is it. I actually want to do a video where I argue both sides with the same veracity and veracity, because it's that, because there is that much. There is that much about it, and you can, which is an awesome thing, because this is going to be the barbershop. Like, yeah, well, Rocky Marciano, Joe Louis. Well, he knocked out Joe Louis. Yeah, but he's 170. Like, we're gonna. That's the conversation
127 years old.
In real time with guys that we've all seen. Literally overlapping errors. So those discussions will always be there. It's great fodder. It's great barbershop debate. In the debate, it's debate.
Yeah,
It's going to be subjective.
I agree.
I think objectively, I don't think there's a way to really separate.
Yeah, I agree, and I prefer, as I was thinking about it, like, wow, I can't believe I've watched the Floyd era, the Crawford era, the Usyk era. It's like I've gotten to see some really great fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in the '90s when boxing was, everybody was going head to head. There wasn't a guy that stood out like Floyd, Crawford, and Usyk, where it was super dominant.
Trainer Robert Garcia praised Crawford's performance against Canelo Alvarez, saying that Crawford did exactly what he believed he was capable of. He highlighted the composure, power, and skill Crawford displayed that night, calling the victory proof of just how elite Crawford really is. Beating Canelo wasn't just a win, it was a statement. For Garcia, this fight cemented Crawford as one of the all-time greats, a man who could rise to any challenge and dismantle even the biggest stars in the sport.
That you gave Crawford a really good chance. Of course. Did you see on Saturday night exactly why you gave him that chance?
I think so. You know, he's very talented. He's a very disciplined fighter also. He's healthy. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, he hasn't fought or he didn't look too good against Madrimov at 154. How can he look good? He's a talented fighter. And that challenge for him pushed him even harder to train harder and to be better. That challenge, you know, went up against Canelo, moving up 2 divisions, hearing that people are saying, oh, he didn't look too good against Madrimov, so how could he look good at 68? Well, that motivated more, man. He trained hard. He did what he had to do. You know, like I always said, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it because it's also very dangerous. Like Canelo's a beast, strong. So I never really, you know, I wasn't going to put money on it, but I did give him a chance. He's got talent, man. He's got skills, and what he did was unbelievable, man. You know, we were there was another show that we do with Boxing Scene, and we had it right before the fight, at 4 o'clock, before the main card started. And they asked me, what's your final prediction? I said, you know what? I'm gonna say it, Crawford by decision. You know, because I talked to Bomac on Thursday night. They're in Vegas, and he seemed very positive, motivated. So that kind of gave me a little, you know what? My final prediction is Crawford by decision, and he pulled it out.
Teddy Atlas broke it all down with his trademark precision. He praised Crawford's calmness, his use of the jab, and his ability to see angles most fighters miss. Atlas also drew a fascinating comparison. When Mayweather fought Canelo, the Mexican superstar was still young and learning, while Crawford faced a far more seasoned version of Canelo and still outclassed him. And let's not forget, Floyd was 40 when he fought Canelo, while Crawford was nearly 38 when he did it. Atlas argued this context makes Crawford's win even more impressive, showing just how deep his skill set runs.
You know, but he's not digital. There's only a few guys that are digital. What do I mean by that? He's not Crawford. What do I mean by that? Where does it separate? Instincts, eyes, calmness, the mind wonders. I know the body wondered. I saw the combinations. Canelo's throwing one at a time, and Crawford's hitting him with 3, 4, 5 shots. He put them together. He's controlling the range. Yes, he had the reach advantage. Yes, he used it. He used the jab. He controlled the reach. But it's more than that. It's the mind at work. He's more advanced. He sees things. He's calm in an uncommon environment, calmer than most. So calm, he'll see things others don't see. Just a millisecond. I was explaining this to Stephen A. the day before. Just a millisecond before someone else sees it, he sees it. And he's got the mental control, the confidence, the supreme confidence Customado talked about. He said he only saw 2 fighters with that. Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I only saw 2 fighters with supreme confidence. Sugar Ray Robinson, greatest fighter of all time, and Muhammad Ali. Where they don't believe you can beat him. That's Crawford. All of that together, mixed together, makes a perfect cocktail of supremeness, of greatness, of another level, of digital. And that's what he sees things, he reacts to it. He sees a twitch.
Then came the words that shook the debate. Canelo Alvarez himself admitted that Crawford is the better fighter. This wasn't speculation, it wasn't theory. It came from the one man who has shared the ring with both Mayweather and Crawford. That kind of perspective carries serious weight. When Canelo speaks, the boxing world listens, and his acknowledgement gave Crawford's claim to greatness an undeniable level of legitimacy.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement or the speed or power, or what? Was there something you could put your finger on that gave you the most trouble?
Everything.
Okay.
He have everything. You know what? Sometimes you try and your body cannot go, right? That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go. And you need to accept it. That's it. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. He know how to move and everything.
After Crawford's dominant win over Canelo, the comparisons to Mayweather reached new heights. Fans and analysts began admitting that it's nearly impossible to say who truly stands above the other. Crawford's achievement of becoming undisputed in multiple weight classes, a feat Floyd never reached, set him apart. Mayweather's undefeated record remains untouched, but Crawford's ability to unify entire divisions gives him a different kind of legacy. In the eyes of many, Crawford now stands on the exact same level as Mayweather, and for some, maybe even higher.
After last night's match between Crawford and Canelo, I am not gonna lie, that boy Crawford up there with Floyd. The way he went toe-to-toe with a heavy hitter like Canelo is actually crazy, bro. And this is probably one of Crawford's best fights. Like, he was super sharp. Like, dude was super sharp, super clean, and he stayed in that pocket. People talking about that Crawford was running. I'm not gonna lie. It didn't look like he was running at me. It looked like he was taking them hits on the chin. I mean, for God's sakes, bro. He got stung in the head and took himself to the hospital. Like, dude, real live like that. And I know that, you know, Floyd, he real live, you know, he a good boxer. Floyd is actually one of my favorite boxers. But Crawford is now becoming one of my favorite boxers because he's very, like, skillful. The technicality of him and just the decisions he makes in that ring, bro, to get up on the scoreboard is crazy. And he's not like one of them fighters like how Shakur, he boxes for points. And that's cool. That's the way boxing's supposed to go, I guess. But Terence, you can get that from him, but you can also get that aggressiveness when he in that pocket and he throwing a couple hooks and trying to take you out. But I will say, Canelo even said it. He said, bro, he thinks that Crawford is way better than Floyd. And they asked him, like, why would you, think that? He just said everything he does is different. I can't understand the style of boxing he had. And he was saying that he's good in everything when it comes to the ring. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, Canelo is not lying. Like, Crawford is like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie. To stand toe-to-toe with Canelo, that actually is crazy because everybody knows he's a heavy hitter. Like, he's a knockout artist. But, yeah, he definitely deserves it, bro. That boy Crawford 42-0. And I don't know why he's even thinking about retiring, but you got to pass up Floyd. I'm not gonna lie, you need to get some more Jan Sammys under your belt, because if you pass up Floyd, that's when the rumblings are going to really be like, oh yeah, he's the best. I don't think he's going to retire. I think that he still go, fight it out.
And that's it for today's video. Drop your thoughts in the comments. If Prime Floyd fought Prime Crawford, who takes it? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more breakdowns. Until next time,